Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Sorry for the technical difficulties as all the fans and players, and along with us, we had to switch on the opposite side of the ice as there was some technical problems with the ice. And we're back with you and streaming as 26 seconds left in the first period, as 7 seconds left on the UNT power play. And here's Hanson Jr. with a little move around Reed, but that's intercepted by Snetsinger, who has an assist tonight. He'll find Eaton. Eaton with a move, finds Snetsinger. Snetsinger again with a shot, and that's blocked by George. Reed's there, but can't keep it in. A little good back check by Eaton. And the first period will end as the buzzer goes off, and UNT leading the game with a goal by Lucas Snetsinger early in the first period after a great little feed from Eaton and Joey Demers, as both teams will, I believe, stay on their benches as the ice was already zammed before we changed ice rinks. So we'll see if they start the second period just like that, or if we'll go back to the locker room and regroup, as all the players are still on the benches and coaches will talk to them about game plans for the second, as Arizona State had a ton of opportunities with 14 shots on Parker, but they couldn't seem to find the back of the net. But we'll see if they can maybe strive for something in the second, as a lot of chances from Hanson Jr. and Quain, who were trying to find some stuff backdoor and down low on Parker. But so far, it's just 1-0 with the lone goal from Lucas Snetsinger, who has 26 points now on the season, with Eaton and Demers leading slightly above him, along with Kruger below him with 17 points, as the defenseman has really stood out early in the season. And we will, I believe, stay on the ice for the second period, so no Zamboni for this one, as Sniffen will switch sides with Parker, and we'll give it to you right now as both teams will get on the ice, as Rutledge's line will start out with Bailey and Davenlew out there, along with the line of number 12 for the Sun Devils, Dylan Quain, who leads the team in points, as he has been on top of it tonight, but can't find the back of the net on Parker, but leads his team in points with 31 points, as his line has been lethal, but can't really find any kind of magic. So we'll see what both teams can produce in this period, as this is a different sheet of ice, different lighting, different everything. So we'll see if that kind of threw off the momentum of UNT, or if it kind of strived for something a little bit different. As UNT had that power play before we were streaming, after that technical difficulty, UNT had that power play, and they were getting some great chances off that, but they couldn't seem to find the back of the net. And we'll see if we can drop the puck and start this one with Rutledge, as referees will discuss on the penalty box. As always, if you're watching, please follow us on Twitter at UNT Hockey, along with Instagram at UNT Hockey, Facebook on UNT Ice Hockey, and YouTube UNT Hockey, as we appreciate all the support on our channel, along with also social media websites. So if y'all can give us a follow, a like, and subscribe, we would greatly appreciate that, as we will drop the puck. Rutledge and Quain. Quain will win it to his man of number 2, Envelson. He'll dump it deep, and here's McLeod with speed. He gets chased down by number 5, Brown, but Sun Devils keep it in. Here's number 20, Barrett. Barrett with a shot. Quick little save by Parker, and Wright will find his man of Davenlew down low. Davenlew will battle for it. Here's Schifrel. He'll find his man of Quain. Another shot by the Sun Devils, number 5, Brown, and a quick little left to right from Parker, as some good chances by the Sun Devils early in the second period with only 30 seconds into it. And the Mean Green will get a wholesale line change after that little chance from Arizona State with Snetsinger on the draw against Quain. The top lines for both teams as Snetsinger wins it back for Kruger. He'll chip it for Demers. Demers with speed. Can he win it? Demers, one-on-one against Stiffen. Demers with a shot, backhand. And Stiffen will glove it down after that speedster play from Joey Demers and that flip pass from Kruger. Some communication before the draw there, as both of those players were on the same page, as they like to kind of do that little flip play with speed, as it does work after that great little chance from Joey Demers, who is up there with points, with 37 points on the season. Here comes number 13, Sullivan. He finds his man of Roof. Back to Hansen Jr., who just rims it all the way around behind the net of Parker. And it is intercepted by Snetsinger. Makes a little move and finds Demers. Demers with speed. Demers waits, holds, finds Snetsinger. Snetsinger with a shot. And a glove save by Sniffen on that quick little snapshot from Snetsinger. And Ian trying to find the tip out front. If he would have tipped that, it probably would have gone 5-hole, and this would have been a 2-0 game. But a great opportunity for the Snetsinger line, as Lafferty is out there with Rudin and Lamb on the wings. Lafferty loses it to Hansen Jr. It's rimmed around, but it seemed it can't get out. Here's Lamb. And number 6, George, will chip it out. Reed finds Rudin cross ice. Been trying to find his man a Lamb, but it's picked off by the Sun Devils. Here's Kruger, who will calm it down and collect. Finds his man of Reed. Dishes it forward for Lamb. Can't find his man, but Rudin tries to find his way. Little move from number 9 of Roof with speed. Both teams just trying to find some ground and make some chances, as Kruger will calm it down and sauce it forward, but it can't seem to find the stick of Lamb. And the Sun Devils will try to use their speed in the neutral zone to gain access in the Mean Green zone, as Rudin goes down in I believe a penalty on the Sun Devils, as that is number 7, Jace Mullet. I believe it's either a roughing call, as he will go to the box, and we will have a 2-minute power play for the UNT Mean Green, who've already had a power play late in the first period. So we'll see what they can do with the Snetsinger line out there and Kruger and Reed on the point. See if they can make this a 2-0 game with 17:50 in the second. Here's Ian down low. Finds Reed, back to Kruger. Kruger with a shot. Down low in front of Sniffen. Here's Ian. He goes down, but still battling for it with help from Snetsinger. Ian behind the goal line. He'll find Demers. Back to Ian. Using patience, here's Demers. Ian behind Sniffen, trying to find his man. Trying to find, I believe, Snetsinger on the slot. Ian finds Kruger, but it skips over his stick, and they'll have to regroup and find access in the Sun Devil zone, as it's possibly almost picked off by number 22, Witkowski for the Devils, as Demers gains the zone with Kruger. They do a little back and forth. Back to Ian with a shot. That's blocked by number 10, Scheifel, as Demers will play give and go with Kruger. Trying to find that perfect little play, I believe, down low is Reed. Finds Eaton. He's battling along with Roof as Snetsinger. And it skips again over Kruger's stick. Here's Witkowski. Possible one-on-one forming, but Reed plays it well. as it's in the corner, and they'll try to calm it down with great forecheck by Wachowski. Here's Snetzinger, seeing if he can get the second goal of the night for himself. As Ian down low, he battles along, finds Venable. Venable finds Alfred. Alfred has room. Alfred with a shot, and that's blocked by the Sun Devils as Wachowski goes down. No penalty on the play. Actually, I believe there is a penalty on the play. A tripping call, I believe, on number 27 for the Mean Green, Clark Bailey, with his first penalty of the game. And it is a tripping call, as now a 4-on-4 action for both teams, as we haven't seen any 4-on-4 action so far. So we'll see what the players can do with more ice and more room, which means and leads to more opportunities down low and more shots on net, as we'll have Rutledge's line out there with Wright, Perry, and Radine coming in, as Quain out there for the Sun Devils, and Quain will find his man of Howard. Down low with possession is Brown, back to Howard. Brown calms it down, trying to find Quain. Quain with a backdoor pass, and he can't seem to find his player of Sullivan, as McLeod with a heavy hit finds his man of Perry. Down low, they battle for it, as Quain makes a move right on the blue line. It was a risky one, but it paid off as he finds Brown. Brown trying to sauce it forward for Quain, but Radine just ices it all the way down, as now it's a power play for the Sun Devils. It's their first power play of the night. So we'll see what they can produce offensively, as here's number 20 for the Sun Devils, Barrett, with speed, trying to find his guys. He finds it back to Brown. It's intercepted by, I believe, Eaton, and it's sent all the way down as number 28 for the Sun Devils, Howard, and Quain, who leads the team in points, will find his man. He finds Brown. Brown with a little bit of speed, trying to go around Eaton and Alfred, or McLeod, I say, as another shot from the Sun Devils, and that's out front as Perry's there. A quick little jab forward for Snetzinger, battling with Quain as they're both tied up, and Perry's there to help out his teammate. As here's Wachowski. He'll find Quain. Quain with 20 seconds left in the power play. Quain with a shot. Goes wide and high from Parker. Here's Nissen. Nissen finds Wachowski. Wachowski with a little spin move, trying to find Quain out front, but that's blocked off by Snetzinger. And here's Barrett. Perry, Ian, possible 2-on-1 forming. Ian with a shot, trying to find that little rebound on Bailey, but the puck just was sent a little bit with too much speed. Here's Bailey again. He's sent down with Nissen. They battle along below the goal line as the fans get into it. Here's another shot from Rutledge, and it goes high and wide from Sniffen, as Kruger trying to gain access to the zone and possibly not get offsides, but the referee calls it just in time, as Bailey was trying to get off the ice and get on his bench. So we'll have a face-off, I believe, right outside of the Sun Devils' defensive zone with 13:32 left in the second period. Shots 21-17, with Mean Green leading in shots, and it's showing it so far in this period, as that they've had several chances that have led almost to goals. And here's number 19, Rutiger, down low with George below the goal line. Reed's there on the follow-up, but Davenlu can't get it. Almost opportunity from Cunningham, but an offsides is called on the Sun Devils. And a player is down, I believe, for the Mean Green. I believe that is Kruger, as it is hard to see, as Parker and all of his players are making sure he's 100% okay, and the Mean Green head coach will come down and make sure everything's a-okay. And all that as all the players were battling along behind Parker, as things can happen, as he is still down, but we'll see what happens. As so far for the Arizona State Sun Devils, they played last week on Sunday, January 9th, and they won against their opponents of Grand Canyon University, as this was in Phoenix, Arizona. And a month earlier, December 9th, they lost against the same team, Grand Canyon University, as they are 10-6 on the season, as they have won a fair share of their games, but they've also not came out on top on some, but some close losses early in the season as they play teams like the University of New Mexico and many other teams close to Arizona, as Kruger will get up and get help from his teammates of Venable and Reed, as we don't know the verdict of the injury, but he is up and will take a seat and kind of regroup and see how he feels, as that was a lot down low behind Parker, as a lot of injuries can occur with a lot of players battling with a close hockey game, as we'll have a face-off right outside of the Mean Green defensive zone, Rutledge and Sutton. Rutledge will win it back, and here's number 19, Rutiger. Rutiger finds his man, and he can't get all of it, as Rutiger tries to make a move, finds George on the point. George with a shot, and it goes right of Parker. And here is Sutton, finds his man of Rutiger. Davenlou is there, and he'll strive it forward, but Rutiger is there to intercept, and the Sun Devils will try to stay on sides and gain access in the zone. Here's Venable. Venable around his net, finds Davenlou, trying to find Bailey, but that's picked off by number 10, Scheifferl, for the Sun Devils. Another shot for the Sun Devils, and it's in the breadbasket of Parker after the shot from Rutiger, as they have now 19 shots on Parker, and he has been unstoppable so far with that glove save and always using that glove, and on top of it, down low on those backdoor plays that the Arizona State is trying to produce. As here is Quain and Snetsinger on the draw. Quain trying to win it back. He does. He's successful with it. A shot from Johnson hits a man and goes wide as it's still in the zone. Here's Quain. Quain with patience makes a move. Shot on Parker. Parker's down. And here's Involtson trying to find something. Quain behind Parker tries to find someone out in front of the slot, but here's Demers with speed. Stop and start, but great little defensive play from number 23, Johnson, as Snetsinger behind the goal line will find McLeod. McLeod, slap shot, and that is blocked by Involtson. Here's Quain, possible 3-on-1 forming, but it's a offsides. An unfortunate one for the Sun Devils, as a little bit of a miscommunication by the three players, as that would have been a pretty lethal opportunity for them. That's got to be a frustrating one on the bench, but a great lucky play for the Mean Green, as with Snetsinger can bury another one to make 2 on the night and see what they can do, as Snetsinger and Hansen Jr. on it back, but it skips over McLeod's stick. Hansen Jr. with a little bit of a foot race with Perry, as Hansen Jr. and his man down low. Number 9, Roof, trying to find his man, but Demers always seems to come out on top down low, as him and Snetsinger will do a little give and go. Snetsinger trying to do a little toe drag shot, but that's picked off by the Arizona State, as it's sent all the way down, and Hansen Jr.'s there. Finds Roof. Roof with the shot. Another shot. Parker seemed to couldn't find where the puck was going, but Ian finds it, and he has great speed. Ian makes a little move, falls down, and I believe a penalty will be called as he was brought down by, I believe, 2 players. I don't know if it will be a penalty shot, but could be a possibility. But I believe that Joshua Nissen for the Arizona State is just going to the box, and it'll be a 3rd power play for the UNT Hockey Club after a great speed play from Eric Eaton, who leads the team in points and has been very relevant tonight, as Rutledge is on the draw. He'll tie it up as they battle on the corner. Here's Davenlew with Rutledge. Rutledge with a shot, but it's kind of a weird angle for him to shoot as Reed's there on the follow-up. Finds Kruger, his partner, Davenlew, by the face-off dot, but can't seem to find Bailey as the Sun Devils have trouble getting it out. Luckily for Rutledge, he still has possession, but he's picked off by number 28, Howard. It seems to stay in as well as Kruger's there on the keep. And here's Davenlew with a shot after a quick little play from Bailey, as I believe Sniffen didn't even see that little give and go from Bailey and Davenlew activities after the whistle, as Ian's line will come out there and see if they can produce any kind of offense with 1 minute and 23 seconds left on the Nissen penalty, as George will send it down for Arizona State, and a very good back check or forecheck by Enevoldsen will lead to a whistle all the way down in the UNT Mean Green defensive zone, as Parker, I think, was a little shocked that he was going that quick. But we'll have a face-off as Snetzinger will win it back for Kruger. Him and Reed will calm it down and play a little bit of give and go as the forwards will try to find their way through the zone as Snetzinger. Little pass to Demers, but it's a little too much in front of him. And the Sun Devils will just plant it all the way down, but Kruger and Reed will be there on the follow-up as Demers makes a little move around. Demers with speed. Demers finds Ian on the little pass. Reed and Ian play a little back and forth action. Demers the shot after a backdoor pass from Eaton, as Ian was seeing all sides of the ice and saw Demers with literally no one on him, but just went slightly wide of Sniffen. And this would have been a 2-0 hockey game, but what a vision play from Eric Ian, who always seems to kind of find those plays that other players can't react to, especially on the power plays. 30 seconds left on the Nissen penalty, and here's number 13 for the Sun Devils trying to get it out is Sullivan. Demers is there on the near point, and it squirts out as Quain's there on Kruger, but Kruger sends it to his partner of Reed. Ian's there. He'll sauce it forward for Snetzinger. Little stop and start with a little turn, trying to find back door, but he just sends it forward to the chest of Nissen, as Demers was still lurking around on top of the circles, trying to find that one-timer back door. But we'll get a wholesale line change for the Mean Green with Lafferty's line out there on the very near power play about to end. As flop it forward and Wright Perry is there. He'll try to send something right in the middle of the ice, but Quain's there with speed, but Wright Perry regains possession, but good forecheck by the Sun Devils, as Lafferty just sends it forward, but it reaches the stick of Rudin, luckily. Rudin with a shot, quick little blocker save from Sniffen. And here is Quain with 2 guys on him. He'll little behind the look pass for his man, and Quain and his crew will lead it up. Quain trying to find Innevoldsen. Finds Brown, and Brown with a little bit of a move, but that is poked forward by Lamb with a good little defensive play. And here's Neeson, who just got out of the box for the Sun Devils, and that's dished forward by Wright Perry as the Sun Devils will regroup. Here's Innevoldsen, 3-on-2, possibly Foreman, but Davenlou's on the back check is Innevoldsen. Innevoldsen with a shot, quick little pad save, another shot, and that was a shot by Sutton, but it went a little bit wide from Parker as Davenlou with a little bit of no-looker backhand pass, trying to find Bailey. Bailey still has possession, finds Davenlou again down low. Davenlou with a little bit of pressure on him as the puck is still kept alive by McLeod, who just sends it on the opposite corner as Davenlou dishes it forward for Venable. Back to Davenlou. Davenlou trying to find Bailey, but the Sun Devil defenseman was there to intercept, and they'll dump it down and get a little line change with 6:44 left in the second period, a 1-0 hockey game after the lone goal from Lucas Snetzinger early in the first period. But there's been several opportunities for both teams as the Mean Green have had the majority of the power plays and majority of the chances, but the shots are very close for both clubs with 24 shots for the UNT Mean Green and 26 shots for the Arizona State Sun Devils. As here is Bailey down low in the corner with George. Here's Venable. Venable with a shot and a chest save for Sniffen as we'll get a face-off in the Sun Devils defensive zone with line changes for both teams. With UNT's first line out there with Eaton, Snetzinger, and Demers, and Venable and Alford out there. And Snetzinger will lose the draw to Hansen Jr. as the Sun Devils with speed. Here's Brown or Roof. He'll find Hansen Jr. cross ice. Hansen Jr. with a shot, but that goes high and wide. Still kept alive in the zone as Demir's on his man. Here's Wachowski. Wachowski trying to find something down low, and Roof in the corner trying to find his man of Hansen Jr., but Parker can't glove it down yet as he finally lays on the puck, and the referee will blow his whistle as a little bit of extra curricular activities with Venable and I believe that is Roof, as Parker just decided to lay on the puck and draw the face-off. As we are now 5:33 left in the second period. Both teams hungry for another goal, as it's been a minute since we've called a goal on the ice. It was on the opposite side of the ice when we called one. So we're seeing if we can see a goal on this sheet of ice, as here's the Sun Devils trying to make something down low with a little give and go from Wachowski and his man. Wachowski trying to find his man of Johnson. Johnson will go cross ice and find Hughes, but that is picked off by Reed with a great defensive play. Here's Eaton and Demers, 3-on-2 possibly for him, and Eaton with patience. He'll do a little spin move, and he likes doing those little spin moves with patience. Eaton with a few guys on him, finds Demers out front. Demers with a shot, scored! UNT goal, Joey Demers with his first of the hockey game after a great play from Eric Eaton with patience, finding the open Joey Demers right in front of the slot. And it is now a 2-0 hockey game with your Mean Green leading after a very good communication and eye-opening play from Eric Eaton, who always has some tricks up his sleeve as he is a magician on and off the ice. As he kind of had that little spin move trying to find Demers out front, and it was successful enough that Demers had patience on Sniffen. As here is the Sun Devils with an opportunity with Innevoldsen with a little shot, as I believe Parker gloved that down, or it went out of play. And we'll have a face-off in the Mean Green defensive zone. As the Eaton, Snetsinger, and Demers line has been very intact tonight, as always. But some great open look plays from Eaton tonight on both goals, as here is George. He'll find his man of Quain. Quain down low, gets hit off by Kruger, and Rutledge is there, trying to force it forward, but an icing will be called, and we'll have a face-off all the way back in the Mean Green defensive zone. As the shots tonight, 26-29, with actually the Sun Devils leading. They just seem to can't find the back of the net, as Parker has been absolutely incredible so far, with a lot of glove stops and chest saves. But back and left to right, he has been amazing. As here's Quain down low, trying to find someone out front, but here's his defenseman of Barrett's with a little quick little pad save from Parker. And it's back in the neutral zone, and both teams try to get possession. Here's Rutledge. Rutledge sends it forward for Sniffen, and he'll glove that down and seal it up as wholesale line changes for both teams. And we'll see what Lafferty's line can produce tonight. Rudin has had several good chances along with Lafferty and Cunningham, but we'll see if they can find the back of the net before the second period comes to a close, as a little tie-up draw with Lafferty and Sutton. McLeod kicks it forward, but it's unsuccessful on the keep-in, as here's number 19, Rutiger, with speed, one-on-one with Wright Perry. Little stop and start, and Wright will check off his man as a 3-on-2 forming for the Mean Green. Here's Cunningham with speed. Cunningham gets kind of shoved off by the defenseman of Schreifel, as Rutiger's there, and he'll find an open Sutton with speed. Makes a little move around right, but the Sun Devils can't seem to produce any kind of offense, so they'll regroup, and McLeod's there with a little shimmy move right there around his man. Here's McLeod. He'll fall up on the play down low and check off his man. Here's Rudin, who helps him out. Rudin with a little move, as Wright keeps him in. As so far tonight, the Mean Green have done a good job at keeping the puck in and getting those chances down low and pucks to the net, along with patience with the puck, as both goals that the Mean Green have scored, Eric Eaton and his line have showed patience on finding the open man and not forcing a shot unless it's there. And it's led them to a 2-0 lead against the Arizona State Hockey Club, as we'll have a face-off all the way down in the Arizona State defensive zone with, I believe, top lines for both teams out there, as Snetsinger and Eaton, along with Demers, out there. And the referee will blow the whistle, and we'll do another draw. And Snetsinger will lose it to number 3 Sutton, but Snetsinger still gets kind of some possession of it. He'll find it forward for Ian. Ian loses the puck but finds Venable in the process. And still down low is Ian and Demers. Ian in the corner. He provides pressure on his man. Snetsinger with a shot. Goes slightly wide of the glove of Sniffen. Here's Alfred on the keep-in. Rims it all the way around. Demers can't get all of it, but Venable's there on the near point. Sun Devils have had a little bit of trouble on getting the puck out tonight, but as well as the Mean Green doing a great job on keeping it in. It's Alfred. He'll find Demers. Demers, a little bit of patience. Waits, stops, shoots, and Sniffen will glove that down. Another great pause play from Joey Demers, who waited until the guy was out front, dove down, and found the open shot lane, trying to find his second of the night. And we'll see what the Rutledge line can do with 1:31 left in the second period, as the shots are close to almost even with 29-30. Sun Devils leading, but it's been back and forth. As Davinlou's there in the neutral zone, he'll make a little move and try to send it forward. He does, but doesn't go all the way deep. As on the forecheck is Rutledge. And here's number 4, Hanson Jr., who's been present tonight for the Sun Devils. He has a little bit of speed, but his man's like right in front of him, so he can't really get enough room, as they do still get it in the zone. They'll battle along the behind the net as Hanson Jr. with the shot, and that goes out of play. Possible opportunity to look there, but it hits the netting and goes out, as the Sun Devils have just been trying to get anything they can on net, but Parker has been like a brick wall between the pipes. Along with Sniffen, he has done great things on the opposite side of the ice, but the great little looks from the Snetsinger, Ian, and Demers line have over-dominated his performance. As here's Snetsinger, he'll win the draw to Kruger, who rims it all the way around, and Ian will wait, calm it down, find Snetsinger with speed. Demers, little shot, but it's blocked down by Hanson Jr. Behind the goal line is Ian. He'll dodge off a check, but Reed's there. Reed with a shot. And a quick little glove save by Sniffen, but Reed still has possession of it. Finds Snetsinger. Snetsinger on the point. Ian on the tip, trying to find something in front of Sniffen. Great pressure from Ian with 13 seconds left in the second period. Here's Reed again. Reed with a shot. Another save by Sniffen, as they still can't get it out, as a great little tip down by Snetsinger to keep it in. Here's Demers down low with patience, waits, holds, and the buzzer goes off, as he was, I believe, trying to find Eric Eaton on the opposite face-off dot, maybe a possible backdoor play. But a 2-0 hockey game with your UNT Mean Green up, as the first goal was scored in the first period with Lucas Snetsinger, as he assists for Joey Demers and Eric Eaton. And the second goal was scored late in the second period, as Joey Demers found the puck in the back of the net with great patience and a great look from the captain, Eric Eaton. So we'll see what both teams can do at the start of the third period, as shots are even apiece. As this is Dawson Miller at UNT Hockey on YouTube. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Children's Health Star Center in Valley Ranch in Irving, Texas, as we are underway here in the third period, as your UNT Mean Green are leading 2-0 against the Arizona State Sun Devils. Goals in the game scored in the first period was a goal by Lucas Snetzinger, which was assisted by Eric Eaton and Joey Demers. And in the second period, Joey Demers got one himself after a great little pass from Eric Eaton, finding a cross-ice Joey Demers with patience, as we'll see what both teams can produce here in the third period and see what they have to provide as Demers finds his man of Snetzinger with speed. Possible 2-on-2 forming as Snetzinger trying to make a move around his man. Does a little no-looker pass in front of Sniffen, but Scheifferl is there, and Reed will send it down, but Arizona will send it the opposite way, and it's an icing all the way down for the Sun Devils. As in the first and second period, the shots were even a piece, basically, as 31 to 30 shots, with the Mean Green leading in shots. As some standouts on the Sun Devils would be the line that is out there right now with Quain, who leads the team in points for the season, as he has 31 points in 15 games for the squad, but hasn't been able to find the back of the net tonight, as Parker's been like a brick wall on the opposite side of the ice. As Demers will lob it forward for Reed, who finds Demers again with speed, as he battles along with Enevoldsen. And here's Quain. He's hit off by Demers, but here comes Brown. Brown, cross ice for Quain, but he can't get all of it, as Parker had to go from left to right, but Quain couldn't get it all on his stick. As here's Eaton with patience. He'll find a sauce pass to Snetzinger down low. Here's Demers out front, but can't seem to get a shot off. Here's Kruger. He waits, holds, takes a shot, and it's blocked down by Enevoldsen, and Brown tries to jab it forward, and it finally gets out as Kruger's there to calm it down for his team, as Reed cross ice to Demers, but hit his skate and couldn't get full possession of it. Here's another shot, another attempt, as Parker is down, but here's Brown down low, trying to find his man, and he goes all the way down for Neeson. He takes a shot, looking for a tip out front in front of Parker, but Hansen Jr. is there. He'll find Roof. Roof finding Hansen Jr. again, but Ian is there on the follow-up. Ian, a 1-on-3, 3-on-2 forming as Rudin out of the bench, but couldn't get all of it. Here's Hansen Jr. He'll try to skate up with it, but he's hit off by Wright Perry. Here's McLeod trying to find his D partner, but Ian's there to come down and shot by Roof, scored! Sun Devil goal by number 9, Joshua Roof, on a little one-timer shot above the top of the circle, as Parker had to go to left to right, but it was a quick shot by the forward, and that makes this a 2-1 hockey game with 17:38 left in the third period, as it's early on, and the Sun Devils will see what they can do, as they now have their first goal on the board, as it's been a long time coming for them, as they've had a majority of chances, but the Mean Green defense has been stellar tonight on all sides of the ice. So we'll see if the Mean Green can have a follow-up goal and make this a 3-1 game. Here's number 25, Hughes. He'll forecheck on McLeod, but they'll calm it down as Wright will send it up. It's blocked by number 7, Mullet, but gets sent all the way down the neutral zone. Comes back to Hughes. He'll spin away and can't get all of it, as Cunningham's there on the intercept. Both teams just trying to get in the ice, as Lafferty with a hit. I think that caught Mullet off guard, as he didn't even see that coming, as McLeod will flip it forward. And a little bit of physicality between Lafferty and Mullet after that previous hit. As here's Lafferty. Lafferty will send it back to McLeod, D to D. They'll settle it down and gain access on the ice as McLeod will flip it all the way down. And Barrett is there with pressure from Cunningham and Rutledge, but they still have possession of it as here's Bailey with help. Goes all the way down to Alford on the point as Davenlou is down there as well. As finally the Sun Devils get it out. Here's number 6, Declan George. He'll find his man of Roof, but it is a offsides call, a frustrating one for the Arizona State Sun Devils, who previously in the second had an opportunity on a 3-on-1, but had a offsides as well. So they've had some problems with the miscommunication on offsides. As a new line out there for the Sun Devils, this is Quain's line out there, their top unit, as it will get sent forward. As here's Bailey with the foot race. He tries to jab it forward, but the Sun Devils come out on top. As here is Enevoldsen. He'll try to find his open man. He finds Quain. Quain with some speed. He carries it. Some one-on-one action with Venable and Quain. Venable with great body pressure and defensive coverage on him as Rutledge tries to get it out, but it's picked off by Brown. He'll find Enevoldsen, trying to find Quain out front, but it's just a little bit ahead of him. Quain sends it forward, but it's disrupted by Alford. And Rutledge down there, a little bit of physicality between him and Johnson. As Davenlou trying to get it out as well. And Enevoldsen, he'll take a shot, and a quick little glove save by Parker, but the puck is still free as it comes all the way down to Bailey, a one-on-one. He takes a shot, and a easy glove save for Sniffen, which makes 32 shots for the Mean Green, as both teams have had several good chances, but the Sun Devils have the lone goal of the period on the goal from Joshua Roof on the one-timer on the top of the circle, as we have a new line out there with the top line with Snetzinger, Eric Ian, and Joey Demers, who have been nothing but exceptional tonight on the score sheet. We'll see if they can make this a 3-1 game, as the draw is won by Hanson Jr., but the Mean Green still kind of have possession of it, as Kruger will send it down for George. He'll whiff on it, but still has something of it, as Ian tips it down, but George still gets it again. Ian again with another glove. Ian with speed, finds Setzinger, finds Demers, shot scored! UNT goal, a tic-tac-toe goal between Snetzinger, Eaton, and Demers. They were all on the same page on that one. What a goal. As that was some textbook type passing between the three. And what a goal. Off that little glove jump by Eric Ian to stop the play from the Sun Devils getting it out. And it's now a 3-1 hockey game. As here's Ian again, a breakaway forming. If he has speed, Ian with a shot on Sniffen, but goes down. No penalty looks like will be called, as Demers still has possession of it, and the Sun Devils will finally chip it out. Possibly, here's Wachowski, maybe a 2-on-1 forming. Wachowski trying to find his man, but here comes Eaton, who rams Parker on the back check, but Parker seems a little upset about that, but I think Ian had good intentions trying to stop the possible 2-on-1 forming. Ian, who has been all over the ice and on the score sheet. As he was the producer of the last goal after that glove stop on the blue lane, finding Snetzinger and then finding Demers, as that line has been all on the ice producing offense every time. As here's Ian again with speed. He'll wait. Eaton trying to find his man. It's picked off by number 28, Howard. As here's Wachowski with a little move between the legs. He's successful with it with speed. He'll will it up. Witkowski against McLeod. He takes a shot. Couldn't get all of it as a pretty easy glove stop by Trace Parker, who has been using that glove tonight. And we'll have a line change for, I believe, both teams in a face-off back in the Mean Green defensive zone with 13:33 left in the third period, as both teams have scored in this period, but so far the last 3 minutes has been all Mean Green with opportunities. After a brilliant goal between Snetzinger, Demers, and Eaton, as here is Quain. Quain with speed, takes a shot. It goes wide of Parker. And here is McLeod. McLeod with a little bit of a forecheck from Quain, but it barely squirts out. And here's Lafferty, but couldn't seem to catch up with the puck. A little flip puck on Parker, but it could have been gnarly if that went in, but it gets sent all the way down. Possible icing, as it is rightfully called, and will get sent down and have a face-off in the Mean Green defensive zone. As Rudin's line out there with Lamb and Lafferty, who have been very good defensively and offensively, producing opportunities. We'll see if they can find the net as a line in this period, as Hansen Jr. down low behind Parker. He's fought off by McLeod, but the puck barely goes ahead of Rudin, but it comes back to George, who will find Barrett. Finds Rutiger, who just sends it cross ice all the way down, and McLeod's there on the play. He'll find Rudin, and the Sun Devils will try to find another way to get in, as their game plan most of the night has been dumping it deep and trying to win the foot race, but it's worked sometimes. But the Mean Green have done a good job at finding their game plan and using their speed and their determination on disrupting that and using their speed. As Hansen Jr. with a shot, a good little block by McLeod, but George is there on the follow-up. He'll send it to his man, as here's Rutiger, one-on-one against McLeod. That's blocked by him. Rutiger on the follow-up, but Rutledge is where he should be, but the puck seems to stay in the Mean Green zone, luckily, as Hansen Jr. is there, and Venable will send it all the way down, but it can't seem to find Bailey, as Venable right in front of his bench. They'll battle along, and goes all the way down to McLeod. Quick little pass to Rutledge, but he couldn't find full handling on it, as it's sent all the way down again by the Sun Devils, and they'll battle on the near corner. Here's Alford. He rims it around, but Witkowski's there. He'll find his man, and it's blocked by Rutledge. Another shot. It hits the post on Parker after the shot from number 25, Brad Hughes. Great opportunity there for the Sun Devils, trying to make this a 3-2 hockey game with 10:48 left in the third period, as Venable will find his D partner of Alford. Alford just sends it deep, and the Sun Devils will do the same, as a little bit of a collision there from Davinloo and Witkowski on center ice, as Alford passes it to Snetzinger. Here's Demers onside. He'll find Eaton. Eaton gets tripped up, and I believe there should be a tripping call called, as the referee is discussing it with Reed and Snetzinger, as Eaton was driving to the net and got tripped up, I believe, by number 11, Joshua Nissen, who has already been to the box earlier in the second period. So we'll see what the Mean Green power play can produce in this period. They have a early power play goal in the second period on the first Joey Demers goal. So we'll see if that line can produce some offense and get something going and make this a 4-1 hockey game and make it more out of reach, as 3-1 is still fairly close for a comeback for the Arizona State Sun Devils, as Reed keeps it in, and the puck gets flipped in the netting and out of play, and will start back up outside of the Arizona State defensive zone. As the Mean Green power play has been fairly good tonight with already a goal on the board on the Demir's goal. So we'll see if they can produce some magic, as the magic man Eric Eaton will find Kruger, but it skips over his stick and they have to restart in the neutral zone. Here's Demir's. Find cross ice to Eric Eaton, who stops and starts and finds Reed. A little bit of pressure from George, but Reed finds Ian again. Ian trying to find that backdoor and this backdoor Joey Demir's, who's been open most of the night, as George is there. He barely gets it out as Reed was trying to keep that on him with his feet, as Reed finds Eric Eaton, who slowly enters the ice, trying to find a Stetzinger on the far side, and the Sun Devils will gain access of it and send it all the way down with Wachowski on the forecheck. Wachowski battles with Reed, who just rims it forward, and there's an Evoltson, who gives it to his D partners, and they will kill off the clock and kill off this penalty kill on the Joshua Nissen tripping call on Eric Eaton's opportunity, as Arizona State doing a good job. Number 2, Evoltson, doing a good job killing the clock. And as there's 30 seconds left in the power play, here's Stetzinger, who has a lone goal in the first period. And Evoltson, with a good penalty kill by him, will send it all the way down and kill most of this power play, as Kruger will settle it down. He'll find Ian, who's been on the ice this entire power play. Ian with a shot. Quick little toe drag shot, but Sniffen is on that one, as down deep is Rutledge and Ian back and forth action. Out front in front of Sniffen was the puck, but I don't think Rutledge saw it. But a great little opportunity between the two, as 5-on-5 action for both teams now, as Bailey enters the ice. He waits, holds, trying to do a little backhand pass, no looker to his partner of Rutledge. As here's McLeod. He'll send it forward for Bailey, who enters his zone. Bailey to the net, but no one is there and is intercepted, as number 7, Jace Mullet with speed, trying to go around right. Perry with a great hit on him. Great physicality from Wright. Perry, as here's George. George with a shot. And a good glove save by Parker. Is a little bit of extra activities from McLeod, and I believe that is Roof, along with George getting into it after that opportunity from the slot for the Sun Devils. And a great glove snag from Trace Parker, who has been on top of it tonight. Trace Parker has played 10 games this season. He has won 5, lost 4, as well as an OT lost early in the season, as his goals against is 46 and save percentage is 0.872. He also as well has 2 minutes in the box, I guess, as a penalty. But he has played a majority of the games, along with other goalies as Villarreal and Schinder, who have been on top of it early in this season, with Villarreal 1 and 2 and Schinder 0 and 1. So Trace Parker has played majority of the season and has been very stellar for the Mean Green Hockey Club so far, as I believe a timeout called by one of the hockey clubs is 7:28 Arizona State timeout, as they're trying to regroup and see what they can do with 7:28 left in the third, and see if they can get two goals in the third and maybe make this a tie hockey game and produce something. As after that goal by Joey Demir's early in the third, the momentum has kind of been in the Mean Green favor, but there's still a lot of time left for the Sun Devils to do something with it, but the momentum has been very much on the side of the Mean Green most of the hockey game, as here is Lafferty and Quain. Quain will win the draw back to his man as Howard will send it all the way down. Wright's there. He'll trick his player into thinking he's going the other way, but sends it for Rudeen. Rudeen battles along, and George is there. And the referee will blow his whistle. I believe that was either offsides or hand pass, as we'll have a neutral zone face-off with same lines out there for both squads as Lafferty and Quain. Quain will win it back for Howard, trying to find Brown, but a little bit of miscommunication there as Cunningham was trying to lead it up. Here's Brown, finds Quain with speed, but couldn't get all of it as he tried to chip it forward, and another offsides called against the Sun Devils. And they'll change lines. As Stetzinger's line will come out with Demirs and Eaton, who have all had a majority of the points tonight for the hockey club. Stetzinger and Hansen Jr. will face off at the draw as Hansen Jr. wins it back for Barrett. And Venable is there with a big hit by Quain on Venable. A little bit of frustration there, I believe, from Quain, who leads the team in points for the season, as that was a good play by him, trying to just put something forward. As here's a foot race with Demirs. Will he win it? And he's got a great forecheck going with it. Demirs waits, holds, shoots. And a good save by Sniffen on the glove grab, as Demirs trying to find that third goal of the night, possible hat trick. As he didn't win the foot race, but his forecheck was strong enough that he had great patience and faked out almost everyone, but Sniffen was on top of that one. And a face-off in the far side of the Sun Devil defensive zone with Stetzinger and Hansen Jr. Stetzinger wins it back for Venable, who puts it forward and it rims all the way down for Alford. Can't seem to keep it in, though, as great pressure for the Sun Devils, as here's Hansen Jr. onside. Possible 2-on-1 from Hansen Jr. with speed, and they score! Arizona State's goal, Hansen Jr. on a great speed play around the defenseman, and got that backhand little shovel goal on Parker, which makes this a 3-2 hockey game with 5:57 left in the third. So they still have time, but we'll see what the Mean Green can do, as their top line is out there for UNT. We'll see what the Magic Man Eric Eaton can do as he gets hit, but an offsides is called by the referee, as that goal was scored by number 4, Lawrence Hansen Jr., his first of the night, which was basically all by himself, as he just won the foot race and had a little backhand shovel goal on Parker. But we'll see what the Mean Green can respond with, as here's Hansen Jr. again with speed. See what he can do with it. Hansen Jr., Reed goes down, tries to find something out front, as here's number 20, Barrett. He'll send it all the way down, and Hansen Jr. is there. And he'll find his point man with a shot with the roof down low, and Ian dives forward trying to get it out, and here's Scheifrel as Ian gets hit off by Hansen Jr. No, and the referee will call that, as it was very hard to see from this angle, but Eaton got hit off as a possible. I believe that is a boarding call, as Hansen Jr. had the goal not too long ago, but is in the box for 2 minutes, as Eaton was pretty defenseless in that play and really couldn't see what was going on. So a 2-minute power play for your UNT Mean Green, as We have Rutledge, Lafferty, and Bailey out there. McLeod and Wright, as well as Lafferty with a shot. And a quick grab snag from Sniffen. And we'll see if the Mean Green can make this a 4-2 hockey game and make it more out of reach, as it is a very close tilt between both hockey clubs, as it's a tie-up between Rutledge and his man. As here's Wright with a lot of time. He shoots and is tipped out of play, hits the netting, and we'll have another face-off, I believe, in the opposite side of the Arizona State defensive zone, with Hughes and Rutledge on the draw, with George out there and his partner as Lafferty spins off a check. He'll battle with George, and Wright keeps it in, sells it down, and collects it. Here's McLeod with a shot, and it's tipped out by Rutledge, but Mean Green still possession with it. As here's Lafferty, patient with it, holding. He'll find his man of Rutledge. Back to Wright. Back to Rutledge, but the referee calls a controversial offsides call, as he thinks that the puck went past the blue line. It didn't really look like that from here, but he has a closer angle than most of us up here, so. But Wright wasn't too happy about that one, the assistant captain for the Mean Green. But we'll get Snetsinger's line out there, who has been very on top of it on the power play, as Reed finds Kruger, who leads defenseman in points with 17 points on the season. As here's Snetsinger down low with a man on him. He'll find Kruger up top, finds his partner Reed. Reed with a shot, blocked, but comes back to him. Here's Kruger. Kruger with a shot, and it hits a man and goes wide in the corner, as Reed's there to keep it in with Quain pressuring him. Here's Kruger again with a shot, but can't get all of it, as the Sun Devils will just lob it forward. Here's Quain, possible maybe 2-on-2 forming with him and Innevoltson. Innevoltson with a shot, hits the glass and doesn't hit Parker, as here's Innevoltson in the near corner. No one on him as he has time. He'll find George. George with a shot, and a great save by Parker, as I don't think he saw all of that, as there was people out front. As here's Kruger. 21 seconds left on the Hansen Jr. boarding penalty, as Ian got hit off on that play, and we'll keep it in. Here's Kruger with a slap shot, and a great save by Sniffen, who has been keeping the Sun Devils hockey team alive in this power play, as the Mean Green have had several key opportunities, but nothing in the back of the net, as 3:28 left in the third period, as we got Rutledge's line back out there with Bailey and Davenlew out there. As here is George. He'll slam it all the way down with pressure. Here's Roof. Roof with speed. Roof with a shot. Scored! Arizona State goal. As number 9, Joshua Roof, who had speed coming out and will make it in the back of the net. And Hansen Jr., I believe, is going back to the box. Oh, because there's 1 second left in his penalty. And I think he believed he was already off on the penalty, but he went a little bit too early. As Roof makes this a 3-3 hockey game with 3:20 left in the third period. He had great speed on the far side and just found the back of the net. But there's still time for anything to happen, as 38 shots for your Mean Green and 41 for the Sun Devils, as referees are discussing the penalty, as the Hansen Jr. penalty is 1 second before he's out, and I think he was a little too antsy to get out, as finally he's out, and it's 5-on-5 action for 3 minutes, as both teams physical, probably not wanting to go into OT and finish this game in 3 periods. As here's Bailey. He'll find Davenlew, and he'll slam it all the way down. And here's Howard. Howard behind the goal line. Gets pressure from Rutledge. And here's George. He'll will it up. See if he can find his man. with speed. He finds his man of Roof. Roof just had the goal for his hockey club. And here's Bailey. Bailey getting sticked off by Hanson Jr. And he'll just slam it down, and the Mean Green will get a quick line change with the Snetsinger line out there. As here is number 28, Howard. Finds Brown, who will deflect it deep and avoid the icing as Quain and Eaton battle along. And here's McLeod. Cross ice for Demers, who has 2 goals on the night, trying to find the hat trick. Demers with speed. Gets pressure from the defenseman of number 20, Barrett. And here's a possible 2-on-1 forming. Here's Innevoldsen and Quain. Eaton on the back check. Innevoldsen trying to find Quain, but he loses his feet and hits the boards as he finally gets up, but goes back to Barrett. Barrett with a shot. Hits the post or blocker of Parker, as that was a close one with 1:44 left. Both teams trying to produce some type of offense and avoid a overtime, as the Mean Green will get a line change and the Sun Devils will calm it down. Chances for both teams after the Roof goal. Great forecheck by Cunningham trying to intercept that play. Here's Brown. He'll find Innevoldsen. Innevoldsen with a shot goes wide. Kept in by the Sun Devils. Lappy there in the slot. Keeps it in. But George keeps it in with his skate. And Reed will finally send it down. And George does the same himself, as we now have less than a minute left in the third period, as it is a tie 3-3 hockey game. It's been a heck of a game live and a heck of a game, I believe, on YouTube, as here is the Sun Devils. Wachowski with a shot, trying to find the rebound. It's number 25, 25 Hughes. There's another play by Wachowski, just trying to get it deep. Kruger with pressure. And he has time, but a little bit of a forecheck by Mullet. And it's set all the way down by the Mean Green, and an icing is called, as George will touch up on that one, and it's all the way in the Mean Green defensive zone for a face-off with 14.7 left in the third period, and a timeout, I believe, on the Mean Green to kind of regroup and see what they can do defensively to make this a good 5-on-5 play. As this period has been up and down for both teams, with the Demers goal and the goal as well from Joshua Roof and Hanson Jr. So 3 goals in this period, as going into this game, or in this third period, it was a 3-1 hockey game, or 2-1. And now it is a 3-3 hockey game. So we'll see if we're going to go to overtime or what's going to happen, as this has been a amazing game watching live. As always, at UNT Hockey, we want y'all to follow us on Instagram, if you can, at UNT Hockey, Facebook at UNT Ice Hockey, and YouTube UNT Hockey. Tell your friends, family, anyone that loves hockey, as all of our games are free admission, and we play at the Children's Health Star Center in Valley Ranch. Face off, here it is, Snetsinger and Hanson Jr., a tie-up. Snetsinger tries to win it back, his Roof is there. Here's number 28, and it comes out with Ian with a great defensive play, who has been stellar tonight, as here's Demers. One of the players goes down, 3 seconds. Demers takes a shot, and a stick save by Sniffen, and that is the end of the third period and the start of an overtime, as Demers had a chance there to bury a hat trick, but the time just got the best of him. And we'll see what the teams have in store for some overtime action as they'll regroup and talk amongst themselves. As for the division for the Mean Green, the Arkansas Razorbacks lead the division with 6 wins and 0 losses. UNT has played Arkansas twice now, and they are for sure a great hockey club, along with the Missouri State Ice Bears, who are 5-2 in their division, or in our division, along with the Missouri Tigers and Dallas Baptist Patriots, who are 1-3 on the season. And we'll start the overtime, as it is a 5-minute overtime, as at the end of the third, the UNT Mean Green had 39 shots and the Sun Devils had 44. So back and forth shots for both hockey clubs, and we'll have some 4-on-4 hockey, as a lot of space on the ice, a lot of chance for opportunities, as the first line for the Mean Green is out there and the first line for the Sun Devils out there. As here's Roof, who had the late third goal for the Sun Devils. He'll find his man of Barrett. Barrett with speed, and Snetzinger's on him, but Barrett enters the Mean Green defensive zone as Demers with great pressure. And here's Hansen Jr. trying to find his man of Roof, but it comes all the way down, and they're going to have to regroup and settle down, as there's a lot of ice for both teams, a lot of room to make plays and see what they can do, as the Sun Devils will lead it up. Here's Hansen Jr., who had the second goal for the Arizona State Sun Devils, and he's got a little bit of speed. He'll spin away. He'll take a shot, and a quick glove grab by Trace Parker, who has been nothing but exceptional tonight. And we'll have wholesale line changes for both teams, as the Mean Green haven't had a shot yet in the penalty kill, but we'll see what they can do. As here comes back to George. He'll find his man of Ingleton. He'll take a shot, trying to find a tip out front, but no one was there, as it went wide of Parker. Another shot by George, and it is right in the chest, or kind of the five-hole area of Parker. After that walk off the board shot from Declan George, who has been out there a ton tonight, as comes back to Ingleton. He'll take a shot, goes wide, and Bailey can't seem to get all of it, as here's Quain. Sauces it to George, but now the Mean Green have possession, and they'll see if they can produce something with it. Here's Reed. Comes all the way forward for Bailey. He'll fight off the check from George. Here's Bailey again, trying to find Rutledge, but here's Quain with speed. Quain, one-on-one against Wright. Quain with a shot, and a chest save by Parker, as the Sun Devils have had a few shots so far in the overtime. Now 3 minutes and 10 seconds left. But we'll get a line change from both teams, as Wachowski will go on the draw with Snetzinger. Snetzinger with a goal tonight, along with his partner Demers, as another shot hits off the board and left of Parker as they battle along the corner. Here's Wachowski, Kruger on him. Hit off by Kruger, a good little check by Kruger. He's got speed. He'll find Snetzinger. Snetzinger with speed. Gives it to Demers, but it's a little too ahead of him. Demers on the follow-up. Good forecheck by him. He sends it to Kruger on the point. D to Eaton, a little ahead of him, but he's got speed. Finds Demers. Demers with a toe drag. Demers falls down. No call on by the referee, as it's a 3-on-2 forming. Eaton playing defense as Wachowski takes a shot, and it goes wide of Parker. Wachowski trying to find that rebound on his own shot is here's Snetzinger. Snetzinger with speed. Lucas Snetzinger. He'll just chip it down as he didn't have much help as his guys were tired and trying to make a line change. As here's number 28, Howard. Howard will calm it down for his club and see what he can do with 2 minutes left in the overtime, and finds Roof, but that's intercepted by Reed. Hanson Jr. trying to find something, but Roof comes out on top. But Rutledge has the force of it as here's Roof. And Roof will try to use speed. Roof finds his play of Hanson Jr. and a save by Trace Parker. What a save on the little give and go between Roof and Hanson Jr. Prevented this from being a completely different hockey game, as he had to slide all the way to his left to make that play after the Hanson Jr. and Roof give and go, as we'll have Rutledge on the draw with Quain. Wright sends it up for Bailey, but Bailey can't get it out. Rutledge will help out his man of Bailey, but it's still kept in by Quain. Quain with speed around right. Quain finds his man of Brown in the slot, but Parker's still stellar. And I believe the net is off, as it is, and we'll have another face-off as only 1 minute and 16 seconds left in the overtime. As a lot can happen in 1 minute, especially with this much ice, as both teams have had brilliant opportunities, but none can find the back of the net, as Quain and Snetzinger on the draw. Snetzinger will win it back. He'll find Kruger. Kruger waits, holds, chips it off the glass, trying to find Ian on the breakaway possibly, but it's gloved down by Quain, and Brown will send it all the way down. Here's Innevoltson, finds Brown, and here's Demers, possible 2-on-1 Foreman. Finds Snetzinger. Snetzinger with speed, but no icing on it as he got a little bit of it. Snetzinger spins, waits, looks, finds it. He scored! UNT goal, Eric Eaton. What a play by Lucas Snetzinger, finding Eric Eaton. Back door on Sniffin, and it is a 4-3 win for your UNT Mean Green. What a play. Eric Eaton, the magician himself. Back door. After that little spin from Snetzinger, below the goal line, finds Eric Eaton, who finishes and seals the deal. As that was a nail-biter finish, but your UNT Mean Green came out on top. And no other than the captain, Eric Eaton, who buries it. And what a hockey game. For those watching on our YouTube channel and everyone here, it was a great nail-biter of a game. And our UNT Mean Green came out on top as they were leading most of the game. But the Sun Devils were, on their tail late in the third, and it came down to overtime, and Eric Eaton finished it with a bang. Back door. As Ian had several goals tonight, along with Snetzinger, who had a goal and an assist tonight, along with Joey Demers, who had 2 goals on the night, as that whole line of Snetzinger, Demers, and Eaton were nothing but fantastic. As both teams will shake hands respectfully, and they will go off on their ways, as this is a 1-game series this weekend, as Arizona State traveled a long distance to play this game, but it was a great game for both teams. But your UNT Mean Green came out on top, as all the fans are hyped to see it. And next game will be Thursday, January 27th, 9:30 p.m. against the Dallas Baptist Patriots, who have done pretty well this season, as this game will be at the Star Center, Valley Ranch in Irving, so the same rink we are currently in right now, as we hope to see you there. If not, then follow us on UNT Hockey on YouTube to follow our squad as they will go off and celebrate the night with a 4-3 overtime win off Dawson Miller on UNT Hockey on YouTube.